It's the time for the package from China. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in today's video we are going to take a close look at another way to play when it comes to game boxes. So I think the biggest problem we're having when it comes to game boxes is actually the storage capacity. So where SSDs and other devices becoming cheaper and cheaper, and that is also when it comes to the SD cards. Where 5 and 12 GB is quite a lot of space, it's still not enough if you want to load up a lot of games. Think about PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast and etc. SD cards getting smaller, SD cards getting to get bigger in size and of course way faster. The Samsung is one of those brands I really love to pick up. SanDisk is another brand and you have all kinds of different versions. Samsung has like super fast cards depending on what you want to do with it. You don't need to have like the faster cards, but also not the cheap ones. Nevertheless, when you're looking at a 512 GB version, it's not big enough. And the reason why, I'm going to explain you. But if you want to make yourself a personal collection, you want to rip or basically make an ISO file from your original games, oh boy, I can tell you the 5 and 12 GB is not going to be enough when you're going to load up a lot of the games. So first of all, when you're looking at a PlayStation game, they can be double discs, for example with some particular games, but if you're having a disc-based system, they can go up all the way to 600 MB, depending on the game and how many soundtracks are on it. And the same also implements when it comes to Sega Saturn, Dreamcast and even PlayStation Portable or UMD can absolutely be huge, depending on the game of course. So if you want to load up a lot of games, the SD cards are not big enough, where let's say cartridge-based games from back in the 90s are sometimes megabytes. So you can load up thousands of them and an SD card is more than enough. There are different configurations when it comes to Android boxes. I'm having here the Box Pro. This is, if I'm saying it correctly, the S905X3. So this box can play all the way up to Sega Saturn. I must say Saturn will be a hit or miss, and the same goes for N64 because this is not the most powerful box. You can get yourself this particular Android box for fairly cheap and can make it yourself, because that's actually what EmuChicken is. But I came across this kit itself. This is just a tiny SD card, 16 GB, because this will contain EmuChicken. But what you're going to get is pretty damn cool. In the kit itself, I was getting myself a huge hard disk that I can use for storage. You can make it myself. I think my good friend Panduri made a video about it, how you can set everything up, how you can set up an SD card and a hard drive. So this kit contains a 3.5-inch old school hard drive, and you know those huge bad boys can get really cheap with terabytes of storage capacity. I think this is not maybe the most practical when it comes to the configuration, but what you're actually going to get with this is pretty damn cool. Yeah, there was nothing much in the box itself. Where's my freaking adapter? Oh, I made absolutely a mess out of it. So we're going to get a lot of goods, and goodies, and I mean like none of them in a good way. So first of all, we're going to get ourselves the controller, the connection, the HDMI, the adapter itself, and of course an extra power supply for the freaking hard drive. So we do have a lot of stuff that we're going to need. The original system came with 256 GB storage, and I can tell you it's a lot if you're going to load up a lot of old games. But I noticed when I'm adding myself like a lot of, let's say, PlayStation games to it from my collection, this is going to be not enough. But let's take a close look at the 16-bit, because this is not going to be having any games installed, purely the firmware itself. But when you're looking at all the stuff that you need to connect to this box, oh boy, it's going to be absolutely like a mess with everything. So first of all, what you're going to get is one used 2.5-inch drive. You can choose if you don't want to have like a 4 terabyte or 3 terabyte cheap storage. You can also get yourself like a 2.5-inch drive that doesn't need an additional, let's say, power supply most of the time. But again, yeah, it's a question like, are you going to buy a very expensive smaller 2.5 drive for having still a couple of terabyte storage? It's still cheaper in my opinion than an SD card, but the most cheap way to go to is get yourself an old hard drive. You can like a 1 or 2 terabyte. Yep, you're going to get 2 power supplies, one for the box itself and one for the hard disk. So this is basically the configuration, and let's plug it in. But in the end, what you can do with this is absolutely crazy. But take consideration, if you're having not like S905X3 but a GTK with more power, you can do the same configuration with every EmuChicken box. But again, there is a tutorial out there, I will leave a link. Do you know where to find it? But what can we actually do now compared with an SD card? Already mentioned, this is purely if you want to have more bigger games, particularly with the disc-based versions. We can add a lot of cool things to this, and I think it's super convenient. Even though it isn't platter disk with inside, this thing is quite fast when it comes to loading the tiny screenshot at the left over here. So I think it's pretty damn awesome in my opinion, and this is a very cool way to play and to make your own very cool, nice collection. Another thing you will notice when it comes to this emulation, that we do have a very fast overall loading, or no loading at all. And just enjoy myself some Sega Dreamcast, and the collection that you can add to this is absolutely massive. So where I noticed, like with some of these, like SD cards, 256 GB, it's all fun. 512 GB getting better, but if you're having so many different systems, particularly when it comes to Dreamcast and the ones I've shown you, you don't have a lot of option with ending games to them. And this is just the reason why I love the S905X3. It's just a very cool performing box. Maybe not the most powerful one, but it works as a charm. And overall experience is quite good. But let's get into the PlayStation, and when it comes to these X3 boxes, they are like more than powerful enough to run PlayStation. So when you're going to add yourself like hundreds of thousands of different games, you can do it on the huge hard disk and just enjoy yourself. The consideration, they will be on native resolution on cheap boxes. And they look absolutely horrible, especially when you're looking at Sega Saturn and Dreamcast. Some games don't really age that well. Especially when you're looking at the Dreamcast with absolutely amazing system. Aqua GT is kind of cool game to play. I love these old school boat racing games. I think the other one I've played as a child was Rapid Racer a lot. But there are many different ways to play when it comes to game boxes nowadays. Take note that this option can be made for every single game box out there. I think the X3 of the S905X3 is a very cool combination because this particular system supports Sega Saturn, Dreamcast and PlayStation 1. Those three systems take up a lot of space when you're going to get a lot of games, and this can be a very cheap, cool solution. Let me know in the comments what do you think of this idea. I will leave a link to the video of my good friend that shows you how you can make this. And it would be great to see you in the next video.